Well, yeah, when like the Dark Elves come into shot with all their Witch Elves and Marathi,
Ah,
and you'll just hear
oh,
me
you're
going,
like that. Okay. Yeah, just sit far enough away from your mic, please.
yeah, yeah.
We have some rat ogres on the field. I mean, I'm not sure if you're into that, but I can expect anything from a dirty Skaven player. Yeah, I'm sure you want to go over the rats. Take it away, Satsuma.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're lucky there's not a helper. Then you'd
Oh god,
be
don't even
getting very
start. Just go over
excited.
the army, please.
So I was wondering about this. Yeah, we have got a Bell Lord, and I think the reason you picked this is mostly because Manticore summons don't completely wreck it. Obviously with an assassin, because assassins are just a carry unit. Um, Quad Rat Ogre, which I really like. Um, no terror, but at the same time, Lisbon. They're one of the factions that's most immune to terror. Obviously, after the undead factions. Then we've got a whole bunch of Skaven slaves. Surprisingly, four of those at the front. Actually, quite a lot of clan rats as well. 2 clan rats, 3 clan rat spears, 1 set of mortars to kill the infantry, and a couple of gutter runners with poison. Pretty heavy investment, not the cheap version, the full 850. Let's see if they can get their value. I guess they're a nice tool against pterodons because their shurikens are fairly direct in their fire arc.
Pretty good at slowing down manticores as well, most likely, with the
Yeah.
net and poison combo.
And we have also on the Grey Seer of Plague, we have got the Warpstone Scroll. So we haven't got the proper air net, but this does reduce speed by a half, as well as doing a bit of damage for all flying units.
Quite useful, and it's not that expensive,
Yeah, it's like 60, 70.
Lizardman army is very spread out by Amove. I think you got all the units, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have here...
I didn't say the Council Guard, actually. The Council Guard.
Oh yeah, very important piece on the field there. Maybe the last unit standing in a couple minutes from now. The Amove Taco is bringing the Hawk Sentinels along with 2 more Pterodons. Behind that, we have a very spread out line advancing. Alien Kings making up the front
I think
line.
Amove should back off here.
Yeah?
I think Amove should back off while he gets all of his units closer.
Yeah, the skink cohorts on the flanks might be late to the party.
Yeah.
Just move straight ahead.
About to get mortared.
Now he's in mortar range, so he kind of has to commit at this point.
Yep.
But it looks like it's pulling them back at least. Seemed to notice that they were getting targeted. Kind of moving them around, trying to dodge, but...
You can't dodge a mortar.
Not easily. At least some of the shots are missing.
Yeah. Oh, the other one didn't get hit.
Mostly the damage over time, which I think is too high. That's doing the damage. Nice flank here. Some trading between the Chameleon Kings and the Gutter Runners with poison. Yeah, big shot here into the Skaven Slave Spears. Who did that? That the Skink Priest? Oh, that was the of course it was friendly fire. Here comes the first Manticore summon. Let's see if something gets popped on it.
I feel like that's a bit premature.
Maybe. Let's see where it goes.
Look, at the moment there's so many rat ogres to block. The assassin's got to run. And he is running.
And you know, something ChosenOne is doing that's really good is he's shooting one unit, then he's shooting another unit, then he's shooting another unit to spread the poison damage as much as possible. And I think Amove felt pressured to send the Manticore onto the poison wind mortars because it was just wrecking so many units. Like, look on this fight here, how much damage his wizards have taken.
Look at the cohort of Sode.
Yeah, it's pretty much dead already.
It's lost so much health. Gutter Runner's losing badly to Chameleon Kings though.
Umbral Tide is getting charged. I don't like this. Assassin is going after the Skink Priest. Has the Assassin's Trophy on. I don't like that much either. Better will bestow it on. It's coming over to help. But will it be on time? It looks like the Skink Priest is just getting completely butchered here. Does get the second Manticore out though.
And that assassin could actually wind up in trouble if those clan rats tear her out.
Yeah, which currently is happening to one of them, or is that a slave? That's a slave.
It's
But
a slave.
Manticore not interested in fighting him. Instead going after Rat Ogres, trying to hold them in place while the Umbral Tide fires away. Meanwhile on the right flank, the Skaven are kind of breaking through. Backline though is looking quite compromised.
Yeah, it was only one mortar in the first place.
Ooh. But when
He's
there's
got-
so little Skaven ranged on the field, do you think they're strong enough to win the melee fights, hard enough to win the battle? Once their range has been taken care of?
It feels difficult, especially. I mean, the Plague Seer doesn't have a Mortis Engine effect, does he? He just has the Unholy Clamor.
Yeah, and the battle is all over the place, so it's not like there's a blob that he's really benefiting from at this point. But the mortars are back. It's only 4. Only need 1 shot. Deal that 600 damage over time. And now, it's so all over
Again,
the
it makes
place.
it into a silly unit that you can't. It's quite hard to focus down and get rid of. Although it just messed completely.
What's happening? So,
I don't
Plague
know.
Priest is fighting the red-crested skinks. They're doing decent damage to him. Stellaron is fighting the rat ogres. It's probably a good fight for the Skaven. And we have these gutter runners with poison going around now, trying to help the Gracier. There's definitely the unit the rest of the Skaven forces are going to rally around. And I think Amove is doing the smart thing. Pick off the weak, isolated units. Route them off as well, although some units are being allowed to rally here. Instantly sends the pack, Hopak, Pok, Hopak, Cohort. These rat ogres, yeah, what a name, right? It's probably going to rout off poison wind mortars, but ChosenOne is meanwhile regathering many of his troops as possible around his Gracier, which is probably the right play.
Yeah, he's got a. This is stage 2 of the battle for Skaven, which is Blob.
In doubt, make a blob. Take it on, doing what it can. Unsupported though.
I'd like the Council Guard to get into this Blob. It's not really a proper Blob without them.
Yeah, but where are they? Oh, they're over here. They are pushing their way towards here. Actually going for the Feral Basilodon first, but...
Plague is taking a beating from the Umbral Tide.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if the Skaven have a lot of stuff to compromise them indeed, so they could win the battle here.
Them is going to get killed by the Pterodons.
Yeah,
I mean, there's only 11 models, but it's enough to kill a Gracier.
That's the danger of being this little ranged, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd have kind of liked one Warp Lightning Cannon or something. The Rat Ogre is doing a great job against these Bastiladons. One's routing here and only got 2 kills.
There is a, I wouldn't say healthy, but relatively numerous unit at least of Rat Ogres on the field here, 11 of them. Just trying to clear the path towards this Umbral Tide. Realizes they are the biggest threat. Once the Gracier goes down, there's still a pretty healthy Bastiladon on the field. I don't think Skaven leadership will hold against it if Umbral Tide manages to kill this Gracier. Another summon, guess where it's going? Of course going to the Gracier, and yeah, it looks like for now the Gracier is safe. To put enough bodies between him and the Umbral Tide.
That
While they're killing the
Bastiladon
Bastiladon.
I think it should get out of there.
I don't think it can.
The Rat Ogres are coming in. Oh, we can get out. Nothing there with the mass.
Oh yeah. I was thinking
It's
about
just
the
Rat
assassin
Ogres
just
coming in.
poking it in the back. Oh, the Rat Ogres
Oh,
are
that's
coming
fine.
in, that's right. It's looking kinda rough. Looked like he was going to get that kill for sure, but board control is really nice, even preemptively putting him further away from the Umbral
Would
Tide.
rampaged. There's It's rampaged into the rat ogres.
Yep.
This
Could see a
tic-tac-toe got
cold-blooded.
a cold-blooded.
Oh no, he doesn't have it.
You know, he has an ability that stops all rampages in AoE though.
Yeah, focus instincts.
Yeah.
Even with that, the Feral Bastillon just took so much damage. It's the only terror-causing unit on the field, so saving it is very critical at this point. Volley on the Gracie. Some of the shots actually missing though. Some of the shots are actually going through the model. Do you see that? He's actually
like,
going, yeah, through the
well,
little
the
gate.
bell is not
Yeah.
in the middle. Oh, that went straight through, like through the wood. That's just, yeah.
Easy.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
And I don't know if they'll be able to do it, man. They're actually retargeting onto the Rat Ogres now, which I think is the correct choice. They might just run out of support here, and the Skaven are pulling ahead.
He's going now for a desperate Lord Snipe.
This thing still has 1381 health.
Yeah.
It's a lot more volleys.
Trophy on tic-tac-toe, but I think he can get away. Can he get away?
Take some damage. It's a lot of damage.
Does take a lot.
Peasant's Trophy not helping there. Does get away. Of course there's a summon on the field that will die eventually, but Amove needs this Umbral Tide to kill the Gracier yesterday, but it's so hard to get to him.
I actually feel like he should, at this point, switch on to the Council Guard.
How much damage does it do to...
Depends how loud they are, but it's the only thing that can kill them.
Hmm.
Like, Gracier could get killed by tic-tac-toe, depending
Even
on
more
our
summons
Rat
coming
Ogres
in.
will out. The Assassin also, tic-tac-toe and Pterodons can do a decent job. I wish he hadn't committed that Bastillodon so hard. I think this is over.
Yeah, now it looks really bad. It looked really good when it looked like the Salamanders would be able to kill Gracier, but it just kind of didn't happen, and with more summons coming in, the Lizardman support just kind of died away. I mean, there's still a chance here that this summon is the last one. They might be able to line up the shots that they need to line up. Of course, the Council Guard are unbreakable, and that unit is just not going to leave.
I would say they had a chance if they had Bastillodon left.
Eventually.
Then they could, the Umbral Tide could kill the Council Guard maybe, and then like Assassins can terror out the Gracier terror outs, right?
I mean, he has very high leadership, so you rarely see it, but yeah, it can happen.
Yeah, he's on low health, like that could have happened at this point. We'll drop rock on the Council Guard.
The other Pterodons must have spent it by this point.
Yeah.
Looks like these ones are kind of going for it. Guess not. Threaten the charge there. They move fighting to the bitter end.
What is it with all these Pterodon lords?
Yeah, I guess what people have figured out is that they're cheap and mobile. You can bring a big army. Maybe extra units do more.
Yeah. I guess.
Some
I mean,
charges.
Plan are also really cheap.
Alien skinks are chasing clan rats in the back.
What? There's only 7 of the Umbral Tide left. Rat Ogres is the right first target.
They are routing and won't come back now. I think he's getting another charge.
Coming for the snipe.
But it seems the charges just don't
Yeah, we
connect.
need to get out. We need to get out.
I don't think the Gracier lost any health.
Yep, he didn't get hit.
Is his attack that bad? It's 31.
He's got 60 charge bonus.
Should be able to get the hits there. Maybe it's some... No, these bells are actually pretty hard to hit. Sometimes
It
it's
does
the
have
animations as
weird
well.
hitbox effects, like we were seeing that with the missiles.
Shots into the back of these gutter runners. Roll tide of how much
Uh,
ammunition?
5.
5. Let's start shooting now.
If it was just the Council Guard, would they win? That's the question I'm asking myself.
Potentially, I think Amove will try to kill as many dirty rats here as he can, but I don't think it's gonna be.
Yeah. I think he needs to focus the Council Guard.
Vendors are chasing the rat ogres. Looking for openings to get charges, but ChosenOne is too on top of his game to let that happen, I think.
Those clan rats are gonna. I mean, they're irrelevant, but those clan rats are gonna get routed, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's no relevance.
It's like he's shooting into the forest.
Just shoot the Council Guard.
He's going for the
Oh, he
point
is.
blank volleys on them.
A little bit.
Just to
Gotta watch
reposition.
out with the edge of the map. ChosenOne's trying to trap him.
Still some units on the edges that he could go pick off, but I don't think it will matter much. I mean, technically it would be the right play to go. These Skaven slaves, these clan rat spears that are wavering.
Oh, he needs to bring his other pterodons over. Oh, I don't like him shooting at the gutter runners.
Actually missing them quite heavily as well.
Yeah.
It almost seems like these things are more accurate at long range than short.
Yeah, I think they are.
When that's probably going to be a tic-tac-toe. Once again, Assassin's Trophy on him. Took some damage, didn't do any damage.
I guess he baited the trophy and a blessed with filth.
The Umbral Tide is rampaging, and that's going to be it.
He's just got to charge everything into the Grey Seer now. And he still loses, but it's what he's got to do, right? You can't break the Council Guard tic-tac-toe.
Oh. Boss is about to kick in.
Yeah.
Once again, the power of Skaven Assassin is very obvious in this battle. Yeah,
And
once again a valiant effort from Amove, and he still had a summon. Oh my god, that's just insulting.
I like how he used it at the end. Little troll summon.
I've been kind of guilty of that as well. The BM Star of Avalorn in the middle of nowhere. It feels best if you can do it with a foot of Gork.
I do it quite often with I used to do it quite often with Brainburster back when Wurzag was the best lord. Not to troll, but just to proc the Bowman staff.
Yeah.
You're
That's your
fighting
excuse.
Oculus, you only have Brainburster left or something. And you just have to do it in the middle of nowhere.
I guess
in
that's
order
your
to
excuse.
buff your yeah. It's a good-
Amove definitely had good moments in that battle. I feel like Skink Priest kind of getting gooned early. Well, it wasn't even getting gooned, just getting killed by the assassin. Then
Bastillodons as
Bastillodon
well.
was probably the biggest problem. Yeah, at some point we missed how it happened because the battle was all over the place. It was a very tough battle to play for both players, no doubt. The Umbral Tide took a lot of damage from something.
Well, they got caught a little bit by the rat ogres and clan rats right at the start, in that same engagement where the skink priest got damaged. They took more damage after that, but they took a bunch of damage there at the start.
Yeah, so ChosenOne, one map away. Rematch his clanmate Cyphos.
What was I saying? Would that be 3 out of 4 then? Where it's the second, third playoff having a rematch. I think so. It shows you that prolonged win rate does matter.
Yes, I wanted to talk about it before, like not the win rate specifically, but just the fact that the favorites, you know, I seeded them by win rate. It's kind of made up the favorites, and the favorites so far have always prevailed.
They've not lost a series, have they? Favorites.
No,
They've lost games, but never a series.
I think the only if you count any time someone lower win rate wins as an upset, then I guess
It's the only time Gobbo Slayer taking a game off random next.
like technically Tank was the upset, if you want to call it that, against the Stopfo, losing against Gobbo Slayer.
Yeah.
But that's by win rate. Like we knew, and that was the group that was the most evenly matched. I think we knew that group could go either way, so it wasn't like a huge surprise.
Yeah.
Prince beating Fistek twice was a bit upset, I would say. Although Fistek started, I mean, he had strong results before that, but it was mostly after that group stage that he suddenly started having superb results. He made like 3 finals and 3 tournaments,
Yeah.
I believe.
And it was 2-1 each time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Then in Group C, I mean, you played that kind of went as expected. And yeah, Evenstar was the second seeded player, and he made it through as well. He did lose the first series against Ulrich, but he eventually made it through. So the win rates, man, they hold.
Yeah.
We gotta not look at them because we'll be spoiled. Results will be known.
Yeah,
Toon Kings and High Elves, and Amove goes Dwarfs. Once the High Elf matchup.
Oh god. ChosenOne. Okay.
He's like, what?
He's like, is it a trap? Or maybe Amove just wants ChosenOne to think that it's a trap. It's like he's clearly wants to play my high elves.
I think Amove is confident in that matchup, reasonably be.
Yeah. Meaning not very confident because it's completely unreasonable to be confident in that matchup.
Amove says they're a faction that got added in Mortal Empires. Well, it's like if you're on your last life, he hasn't played dwarves yet, right? You kind of want to go dwarves then, I'd say. You would feel bad if you got eliminated from the tournaments without having played one of your best factions, or maybe your best faction even once.
Yeah. And I guess that's kind of tough when your best faction is dwarves.
Does Amove know something I don't? I know the last time I saw him play this matchup was a couple months ago, and he had a very close game against Soothsayer, so he's definitely capable of winning it. Good players.
Yeah.
That was a while ago, though.
There's sometimes the angle that high elf players never play it, so like I can't remember the last time I played this matchup.
Even on this map, dwarves should have no chance against high elves. I mean, I think the map doesn't necessarily favor the dwarves. The dwarves are usually more favored on maps that are more terrain heavy. Flat maps.
With hills, yes. At forests, usually no.
Sons of the Mountains.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I'd gone coast. I don't think Amove likes the coast very much.
Because they're so different from dwarves. They're too slow. They're too defensive. What's his problem with them?
Coast.
Yeah, that's the problem. Maybe it's because if you play Coast, you don't get to complain.
As Tomb Kings and High Elves, you can go Empire. Yeah, for sure. Or Bretonia. But we're getting Dwarves. It's cool.
If you
We
play
haven't
those
seen this matchup in the tournament yet. Quite nice. On the
did
first
fourth
map
threat.
that I ever played a tournament game on, against a player called... what's his name again? The Magnus. He had a YouTube channel even. I remember I was so nervous. It was Empire against Bretonia. I won it. Part of a great career. Kappa. I mean, it's been a good ride so far.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day.
What are you insinuating?
I have no idea.
Yet to get Empire to work against High Elves. I mean, it's a bit built dependent, but Empire can definitely do it.
Yeah, I think most people think it's just a touch Empire favored.
Okay, I will express my sympathies to the Dwarves by going over them first. We have the Ekrund Miners, brought here by Amove. Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. Interesting. 3 units, I believe. No. 4 units. Looks like he's going for a pretty spread out build, or imagining things. 3 cannons, lots of firepower, and 4 Iron Drakes, Trollhammer torpedoes. Oh my god. I guess if you're scared of them getting shut down and not being able to fire, you just have to bring more of them, right? You have to shut all of them down. Of course, they have that glorious beard armor. One of the funniest things in the game, I think. The Lord is just a standard Rune Lord with just Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin. And there's a Dragon Backslayer. 1 unit of Bolt Throwers as well. In addition to that, RT. And yeah, that's it for the Dwarves. What
Sounds
surprising
like
builds do we have from the High Elves?
it's not like super abusive. That's the thing that jumps out at me. Yeah, it's just quite a wide line. Obviously, white lines of trace, they make a lot of sense here. Armor piercing and spread formation and a bit of missile resist, so they don't get too wrecked by the ranged weapons. So there's 5 of those. 2 rangers on the flanks, which again, at least they don't get wrecked by missiles, and they're anti-infantry, even if they don't have great armor piercing values. A couple of basic archers, Great Eagle, a Lariel, a Noble on a chariot right out on the wing, which is actually really far away from the Dwarf army. A unit of Silver Helms with shields, and on the other wing, a Lion chariot of Trace, or Crace, or whatever you want to call it. So this isn't the super... I feel like Amove was trying to counter the just like double Noble chariot plus White Lion chariot, like just train that just constantly runs through the Dwarf base. And that's why he's got 4 Trollhammer torpedoes. I'm not sure how it'll do against this sort of wider High Elf build. On the other hand, like he's got enough ranged pieces that the Lion Chariots and the Noble could just get killed quite easily and not get their value. ChosenOne is walking into range. He's just about to. Oh no, he's pulling back.
I like Amove's position. One, if he's smart, but he is, will take his time to adjust to this position.
Yep.
Won't lose much apart from time. Doing this. Still nice for the dwarves.
You reckon Amove's
more
going
time.
for the draw?
Well, we have no time set, so either going to have one player win or we'll be here for all of eternity. Imagine getting stuck in limbo in Dwarf Mirror.
You say Dwarf Mirror is the worst. I think most people say Count's Mirror, but I guess that's your.
I actually don't even think Dwarf Mirror is that bad. I had an awesome Dwarf Mirror Amove in the final once.
ChosenOne is
most intense
slightly.
games I've
He's let himself walk into range a bit. He's not going to get punished hard because it's like one cannon and a bolt thrower that are in range. But he's lost 5 white lions, which he didn't need to.
Yeah. The good thing is, if you can knock these guys down to 50% health, the significant martial prowess bonus, actually.
That's true. So it would have been really nice if ChosenOne had formed a little crescent. That's obviously the ideal. You crescent around their artillery range.
Yeah, it seems he's sort of baiting shots, then moving back. Now he's in range though, because A move says, I'm having none of this, I'm moving up my artillery.
Yeah.
Trying to focus down one unit.
He seems to mostly just be moving up his bolt thrower, like as a kind of...
Yeah, you don't want to move your artillery too much. Oh, nice shot either on the lion chariot. Yes, it has 30% missile resistance, but you're still getting shot by a freaking cannon, so...
It's still really expensive. I don't think that line chariot needs to be in range yet.
Big hit.
Does it have to be in range right now?
Not sure. Of course, it's always like this at the beginning of a battle where...
The player with artillery looks like they're winning.
Yeah, but then once the lines meet, it can often suddenly very quickly go wrong. So long as no models die on this line chariot, it's fine. Oh yeah, they're getting charged by rangers. That might not be ideal for... Not very ideal.
Yeah,
see, the damage is quite limited.
It's kind of wasted.
Ooh.
And they don't, even though they're the ROR, they don't have... Oh, actually, their stats are okay, but they're not as good as the Rangers stats.
I think this is possibly... I wouldn't say the worst engagement. It's definitely not the best for them.
They would do better against the White Lions, yeah.
Silver Helms are coming in, Dragonback Slayers. Intercept. And did not get charged, but actually took a lot of damage. Oh, Alariel! Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin getting shot from all sides. Man, she has to...
Those troll hammers.
The hell out of dodge. And
she's not even have to...
oh my god.
And she can't really star, because if she star, then...
Head route. She's getting a heal on herself. Yeah. That's not ideal either. She's still alive. You know what that means.
Yeah. The Great Eagle and Lion Chariot are in. And actually, ChosenOne is force pathing unit of White Lions into the middle, which is super nice. And the Silver Helms have got onto the Iron Drakes.
It seemed like this was the one window of opportunity.
Those White Lions
now
getting
everything is compromised.
If the White Lions hadn't got in, I would have kind of liked this.
Was he even supposed to stop them? Yeah, there we go. Alariel, Star, you know, story.
Yeah, although it was just after a Lion Chariot lost the model.
But if she's taking fire again, she shouldn't be too comfortable.
Yeah, she needs to keep dodging that.
Hmm. That's pushing her out of the star range, which is nice. Dwarves?
Yeah.
I think the dwarf positions are too compromised.
Yeah, look at the front lines.
Sure, white lines beat dwarf warriors pretty hard.
Yeah.
Eagle is going for the Rune Lord, and the Eagle can actually kill him. Rune Lord's just not the best combatant. Alariel landing right in front of this Warhammer.
Yeah, it's risky. She needs to get out of there. Gotta get out of there.
She's wavering again. That's
The good thing with Alariel is she has great leadership. I think she rallies with very little HP left. You know, rally with 4 HP.
Yeah, that was the well, was it? It was the Astolfo game against closely.
Yeah, it was
legendary.
I thought it was. Oh, I thought it was the Random X1.
Yeah, I thought so too, but I looked at the series on YouTube again, and
no, it wasn't the build. Wasn't it a Gobbo Slay? I'm explaining Gobbo Slay's build against him. Maybe I'm talking rubbish.
I need to check again, but I thought it was no, it's a build randomly played against Evenstar, and the Astolfo got the same build. Gobbo Slayer was like, hey, I only played this build once against
Alario sneaking
against
up
random
on troll
decks, so how do you know about it? Yeah, it's just... everything is compromised. It didn't kill Alariel. She still has a star in her back pocket.
But even if Alario dies, does anything kill all these white lions?
Not really.
I guess if you could kite eternally with the troll hammers, but that's definitely not happening.
Kite with troll hammers. They have 26 speed.
Well, you shoot with them, you bring in a low health dwarf warrior, then you run away and
That works against chariots and silver helms.
yeah.
Eagles.
I meant just like literally even if you manage to kill Alariel, the lion chariots, and the silver helms, have the dwarfs got enough to kill all these white lions?
There's the next one.
Oh,
And
well,
there we go.
Armidos is induced by the Star of Avalon. That's how you know a spell is balanced.
Mm.
You cast it,
And everything routes.
everything just runs away. They're like, fucking
Like,
hell.
screw it, I'm out.